Alright folks, today we're working on correcting our mock EOC number 13 and 14. So, 13 says if C minus D equals 7 and C equals 3 minus 4I, what is D? So the thing I'm looking at here is this last phrase. What is D? Which says D is going to be equal to something. So we need to get D by itself before we do anything else. So I'm looking at these two equations. That one's got D in it. So let's try to solve for D. So I'm going to add D on both sides. But it's going to be D over here. It's going to cancel over here. It says I need to get rid of the 7. So let's subtract 7 at the same time. So C minus 7 equals D, because that also gets canceled. Okay, so the last step is I need to get rid of C, because none of my answers have C in them. So I know C is equal to 3 minus 4I. So if I have C as C, I can replace it with 3 minus 4I. So 3 minus 4I minus 7 equals D. I'm substituting in here. It says I'm going to combine some like terms. That's got I's. These don't. So 3 minus 7 is negative 4 minus 4I. Just comes on down equals D. Don't forget the standard form of any of the complex numbers is A plus BI. So we have the I term second. That says we're looking at negative 4 minus 4I equals D, which is answer A. Fantastic. Okay. So this is Unit 5, coming back to haunt us again. Okay, 14. Monty has a small herb garden that has a length of 3 yards longer than twice its width. If the area of the garden is 50 yards squared, what is the length of the garden to the nearest tenth of a yard? So here's the thing that bothers me about this problem, and it might bother you. So let's just talk about it. What kind of shape is this thing? It doesn't say. It says it's a small herb garden. Is it like a circle? Is it triangle? Is it some other weird shape? It doesn't say. So I'm just going to go with the traditional garden that is a rectangle. So I'm just going to draw a rectangle. I know from a couple of sources, namely your area formula, that the area of any rectangle is length times width. So one of these sides is the length, the other one of these is the width, and it doesn't really matter which way it is. So it tells us that that has a length 3 yards longer than twice the width. So if the width, I'm just going to call the width x, because we like to deal with x's. So if the width is equal to x, then the length is going to be twice the width plus 3 extra yards. So we can get an expression for this. So the length is twice the width plus 3 extra yards. So we have x and 2x plus 3. So we can say that L is really 2x plus 3, and W is really just x. And they give us one more piece of information here. So they said length is twice the width. If the area is 50 yards squared, so area is 50 yards squared, it says A is equal to 50. And bear in mind our unit says yards, so when we get to deal with here, we'll deal with yards. So we need to multiply this. We're going to distribute. So you have 2x squared plus 3x. Didn't do anything to the other side, which says that we need to get everything on one side, because on your formula sheet, it gives you a way to solve equations which are in standard form. So if you look at your formula sheet, on the very front, it talks about this thing called the quadratic formula, where when you have a formula ax squared plus bx plus c, which by the way we used before, a equals 2, b equals 3, c equals negative 50, it gives you this formula for x. It's going to say x is equal to, for this equation, x is going to be equal to, which is by the way the same x we found over here. There we go. Let's move it up a little bit. There we go, that's the whole thing. So x is going to be equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Okay, so it says x is going to be equal to negative b, which is negative 3, plus or minus the square root of b squared, which is 3 squared, minus 4 times a times c, all divided by 2 times a. Alright, when I simplify this, I'm going to work it out on the inside. So 3 squared is 9. Let's see. 3 squared is 9 minus 4 times 2 times negative 50. It's 409. So I get negative 3 plus or minus the square root of 409 all over 4. So I made 2 decimal approximations for this, one with a plus and one with a minus. So we're doing negative 3 plus the square root of 409 all divided by 4. So the positive version is going to give us 4.3. And the negative version is going to be negative 3. Well, it's got a good old glare on there. negative 3 minus the square root of 409, all divided by 4, which is negative 5.8. So this is in yards. So keep in mind what it gave us, because I'm looking over here and I see, oh, 5.3, I got my answer, or 4.3, I got my answer, yay, but that's not really what it's given us. It's giving us the width, and this asks for the length. So now that we have width, and by the way, let's talk about width here for a second. We can have a positive width of 4.3 yards. We can measure that out. But how do you measure negative 5.8 yards as width? So we can get rid of this answer because it doesn't make sense in the context of this problem. So we'll say 4.3 yards is going to be our x value. So we know this is 4.3. We also know this x is 4.3. So 2 times 4.3 plus 3 is going to give us our length. So plug that in the calculator. Let's see here. 2 times 4.3 plus 3, 11.6. So that says the length is 11.6 yards, which, by the way, is answer C, not A like they just want you to think. You got to think about, are they asking for the width? Are they asking for the length? So the more you label here, the better off you'll be. Okay, so 14 is C, 13 is A. I'm going to bring this back just a moment in case you need a chance to write all of this down. Alright folks, make sure that once you get done with this, you stack these in the middle of the table with the white sheets on top. And then I'll come around, get your unlocks, we'll get going for the rest of the day.